Hello, everybody, and welcome. We've got a full house of cheering fans, including Earl B., the home team's biggest fan.
Earl B, he's our man. Earl B, the home team's biggest fan.
Great day, great game. Thanks to all you fans for coming out, especially Earl B. See you next game, everybody.
Coming up next, boys high school basketball on your sports leader in Lorain, WLCS TV20.
Welcome once again to Lorain Admiral King High School in the Shot Palace. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ron Bacalar, along with my partner, who certainly has been doing a yeoman's job thus far, along with Jay Ferguson, our good man Bob Braskich, who really knows the game of basketball, our cameraman, producer, and director Joe Bach, and this is the big one, Bob.
Oh, yeah, right.
Both these teams coming into this final game of the regular 2002-2003 season with identical 8 and 11 marks on the season. How do you see this one shaping up?
Ron, this is just the kind of game we've enjoyed, and I think everybody at home watching Channel 20 has enjoyed the most. It's a game of contrasting styles. The Saints have got to play up tempo. The Saints have got to be effective pressing full court. They're going to come out and be very frantic, trapping and pressing, trying to score off their defense. If they are successful in forcing King into, let's say, 22 to 30 turnovers, they're going to win the ball game. On the other hand, if they can't do that to the Admirals, and the Admirals get them in a half-court game and pound the ball inside to Rob Walton and dominate the boards, the Admirals will win this game. So it's a battle of wills, a good half-court team against a good full-court team. It's our favorite kind of game.
You know, it's kind of ironic, too, Bob. We began the TV20 basketball season with these two teams playing at Southview, and they had a packed gymnasium.
Right.
And I made the comment that if the Lorain City Schools Athletic Department wanted to make money, then they should play these two teams all season long, because we've got a great crowd here tonight.
This is a terrific crowd. You can feel it. It's exciting.
Plus the fact, too, that it's senior recognition night, and the senior members of the Lorain Admiral King High School basketball team, the senior members of the Lorain Admiral King girls varsity basketball team, and the senior cheerleaders have been honored here at the Shot Palace. They were introduced and came out onto the gymnasium floor with their parents and their guardians, and with lovely flowers and balloons. This, again, being the final opportunity for these seniors to play on this gymnasium floor.
Oh, right, Ron. And what a great environment here tonight. This reminds me of the old days.
Absolutely, just like in the days of Jim Bubbles Harris.
There you go.
Okay, we'll be back with the start of tonight's ball game right after this timeout.
Hello, I'm Chief Sal Rivera.
And I'm Officer Michael Failing.
This year, the Lorain Police Department, in partnership with the Lorain City Schools and the Morning Journal, is introducing an exciting new program called Do the Right Thing. The purpose of the program is to publicly honor and recognize kids who display proper behavior and proper attitudes.
You can pick up a nomination form in your local city school or in the Lorain Morning Journal. Let's fill out those nomination forms so we can honor the kids who do the right thing in the city of Lorain.
As you can see, right in the middle of the Shot Palace here at Lorain Admiral King High School is the athletic director for the Lorain City Schools, Ray Ebersol, and the gentleman just to his right, To the left on your television screen, shaking hands, receiving a plaque, is Jim Allen Popeil. And the plaque is to recognize him for his 4,000th sports report on radio station WEOL. Congratulations to Jim Allen Popeil. Bob, and you will agree with me 110%. There is no more worthy a person of recognition.
Done so much to promote the young athletes in the city of Lorain. Just a terrific guy. Terrific.
And the amazing thing is he kind of heard about this in advance, and he
so
really
humble.
didn't want this to happen, but they couldn't pass it up, and I'm glad they did not. Congratulations, Jim. There you see the Lorain Admiral King High School color guard, the Junior Navy ROTC, and the Chamber Singers singing our national anthem. All right, pretty soon, Bob, we're going to be getting this game underway. Let's check the starting lineups real quick like. Well, they're going to be introducing them, and Joe Bach will be showing them as they come out. The officials are Jim Diamato, Tom Frazier, and Jim McPhillips. You know, when these two schools both played at the beginning of the TV20 season, it was already in the year 2003, I do believe. The amazing thing is the freshmen for Admiral King, both boys and girls, defeated Southview. The JVs, both boys and girls of Admiral King, defeated Southview. But then in the two varsity games, both Southview, boys and girls, defeated Admiral King.
Right.
And then last Saturday, we had a complete reverse. Well,
exactly.
Not almost, but in the varsity game, a complete reversal. The freshmen, JVs, and varsity of Admiral King girls won all three games.
Right, exactly. Ron, this just has the makings, and I see that Coach Curl's going, well, I thought he was going with an all-senior lineup. He's not. I see Tremel Suggs entering, being introduced. But this just has the makings for a great game. We've got Peter, Brett McGee, and Tremel Suggs so far for the Admirals introduced, along with senior Montel Curry.
Of course, earlier this afternoon and into the evening, the freshmen, and we'll repeat the score there, the freshmen of Admiral King defeated Southview 54-36. And in the exciting junior varsity game, again, Admiral King victorious over Southview 62-53.
And of course, in this one, Ron, look for intense full-court trapping pressure by the Saints. They feel they can force the Admirals into turnovers and mistakes. And on the other hand, the Admirals are expecting it. I've talked to Coach Curl. They're well prepared. They feel if they can beat that pressure, get the Saints into a half-court game, pound the ball inside to Rob, rebound the basketball, they'll come out on top. So this is just one of those great games we like of contrasting styles. Very interesting to watch. And Rob Walton and Leonard Smith in the circle for the opening tip.
All right, the starting five for the visiting Southview Saints, coached by Brian Corey. Number 40 is Sean Nixon, a 5'9" senior. Number 42 is Markel Miller, a 6-foot junior. Number 43 is John Brown, a 5'11" junior. Number 44, Gabe Rios, a 6'2" junior. And from the three-point range, missing on the shot, Montel Curry for the Admirals. Gabe Rios, number 44, a 6'2" junior. And the pass into Walton. He gets the Admirals on the board with the first two.
And Montel beat the double team and got into Rob. That's just what the Admirals want to do.
And the other starter for the Southview Saints is number 52, a 6'6" senior, Leonard Smith. From the three-point range and missing, Gabe Rios.
And Miller.
Marquel Miller putting the Southview Saints on the board. The score all tied 2-2.
Now, Markel Miller is just amazing. He's only about 5'10", and he's in there with the big guys, and he rebounds the basketball.
Shot by Walton missed, and Leonard Smith coming down with the rebound. Three-point shot missed by Marquel Miller. Out of bounds, and it will belong to Southview. For the Admirals, number 3 is Brett McGee, a 5'10" senior. Number 23 is Peter Milanovic, a 6'6" senior. Number 32, Tremel Suggs, a 5'10" junior. Number 34 is Montel Curry, a 6-foot senior. And number 52, Rob Walton, a 6'7" senior. Leonard Smith on the shot, missed. Peter Milanovic coming down with the rebound. And the ball intercepted by the Southview Saints, John Brown. Marquel Miller in and out. Miller on the rebound, gets two more.
Again, he's amazing. He's only 5'10", but he's just got that knack for the basketball and stickbacks. Well, I see what the Admirals are going to do against that full court pressure. They're going to move Rob Walton up to half court and throw it to him.
Milanovic on a three-pointer, missing completely, out of bounds, Southview's ball.
The Admirals are going to flash Rob Walton, 6'7", 6'8", right into the middle, right where it says Shot Palace, and lob the ball into him to relieve pressure. That's their strategy, and a good one.
Speaking of Marquel Miller, just a junior, one of the things, not only are we impressed with his ability on the basketball court, but during the fall as a receiver on the Southview football team.
Oh, terrific.
Very impressed. When he was a sophomore, we said big things coming from this young man.
And he'll be back along with Gabe Rios next year. They will form the nucleus of the Southview team next year.
And an errant pass picked off by John Brown, passing off to Sean Nixon, missing on the shot. Ball out of bounds. It'll belong to Admiral King. 5:41 remaining in the first quarter. 4-2. Southview leads by 2.
Right, and here's the basketball game right here. Here's the full court pressure. There'll be a trap right in the corner. All right, Admirals handled it. All right. And I see another thing that the Admirals are doing here when Tremel Suggs has the ball on the wing, or Montel Curry, they're going to trap that too. And then off of the trap, what they're going to do is jump in the passing lanes. Again, they feel that they can force the Admirals into a large number of turnovers in this game. They feel they have to win it.
Foul was on Marquel Miller, his first, the team's first. Almost a takeaway by Marquel, and he does this time around. Takes it right to the basket, missing on the shot.
All right, I'd like to see Markel pass that one because that was a 3-on-1. First open man gets the ball, as we always say.
Brett McGee with a valiant effort to try to save the ball for the Admirals, but it went out of bounds.
And in the game right now, Ron, is Brandon Phillips. And I'm telling you, he's one of my guys from last year. He's about 6'5", sophomore. He is a rebounding machine. He really gets after it.
Number 42, as Bob indicated, is Brandon Phillips, 6'6" sophomore. Phillips trying to pass it into Rob Walton, taken away by Southview. Sean Nixon into the lane, up to the basket.
Oh!
And the ball won't drop.
Well, those are the kind of situations, those break situations and turnover situations Southview has to convert.
Southview still up by 2. 4-2 is the score.
Oh, good look.
John Brown with the pass from Marquel Miller.
What a good look by Marquel Miller. And a timeout on the floor. I believe that was taken by Southview and Coach Curry at 30, Ron.
And a 30-second timeout has been called.
You know, and I'm a little bit curious, and when I see Coach Corey later, I'm going to ask him why he called his timeout. It seems like things are going their way. It's 6-2. They've had scoring opportunities off their defense, which is what Southview feels is the key to this game. I'm a little curious as to what's going on there.
Well, you being the basketball expert, maybe he saw something that could be improved to make the situation even better.
Very possibly so. And here's that full court pressure situation. There will be a trap if the ball goes to the corner.
Rayshawn Campbell, number 1, now in the lineup for the Admirals, a 6-foot junior. Campbell gets the ball across the timeline, and it's stripped from him.
And there's the turnover.
Leonard Smith just couldn't hang on.
Yeah, but you see the pass is a little bit too much mustard on that pass from John Brown to Leonard Smith. They had a great conversion opportunity there. Southview has really improved in this press, and I know what we're going to get here, Ron. I see a little pushing and shoving going on between John Brown and Rashawn Campbell, and one of them got caught.
And it's going to be on John Brown. That's his first, the team's second.
Okay, the Admirals handled it that time.
Rayshawn Campbell on the shot and 2 points. Rayshawn bringing the Admirals to within 2. 6-4 our score. Southview on top with 4 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Leonard Smith shot no good. Rebound by Brandon Phillips. Kamel Shuggs unable to get it to drop in. John Brown on the rebound. Here comes Sean Nixon right to the basket and missing on the shot. Leonard Smith on the rebound and a foul.
Right, he was fouled from behind by Rashawn Campbell. Admirals a little bit tardy in getting back on defense. Point guards, remember, that's one of your big defensive responsibilities. And if the point guard takes it to the basket or shoots the basketball, somebody else on the floor has to recognize it and get back on defense.
Leonard Smith at the foul line makes the first. Now in the lineup for the Southview Saints, number 45, a 6'3" sophomore, Ryan Jackson. Rebound on the missed foul shot, Brandon Phillips.
Well, you're going to see a lot of those over the next couple of years, guys. This kid, Brandon, he really gets after the ball on the glass.
Peter Milanovic on a three-pointer, no good. Rebound fought for, out of bounds. It will belong to the Admirals.
Boy, it's intense in there. You know, Rob Walton's working for inside position, and Southview's doing a nice job defensing him, and Southview's trapping even in the half court. Wow. Great defense here by the Saints.
And a foul is going to be called on Sean Nixon, guarding Rayshawn Campbell just a little too tight. That's Nixon's first, the team's third.
Ron, they're trapping everything. The wings, they're trapping if the ball's dribbled up to the top, and what they're banking on is their trap will be so good you won't be able to pass out of it to somebody that's open.
Now in the lineup for Southview, number 50, Brian Joyner, a 6'1 junior. Milanovic on a three-pointer from the corner, no good. And it's going to be off the fingertips of Rob Walton, Southview's ball.
Very interesting half-court defensive strategy there by the Saints. They are trapping on the perimeter everywhere. And you wouldn't think that, you know, and of course, that's a strategy. They feel if their traps are that effective and that intense, you won't be able to throw the ball out of the trap inside to Rob Walton. I mean, that's another interesting way of keeping the ball from going inside. Very interesting.
Now in the game for Admiral King, number 21, a 6'5 freshman, Danny Hoskins, replacing Brandon Phillips. Sean Nixon passing off, up with the shot, missing Ryan Jackson. And finally rebounded by Hoskins. Real tight pressure, real tight and physical right here between Ryan Jackson and Rayshawn Campbell, and they're going to call it on Jackson.
You know, the Saints have to be a little careful now. The foul situation, they aren't that deep.
That's the first foul on Jackson, the team's fourth personal foul.
Watch his trap here, right there, wow. They're basically playing man-to-man, and then they're blitzing to trap.
Milanovic missing on the shot, and a foul is called.
I think they're going to get Rayshawn Campbell over there on the weak side for pushing off to get that rebound, and that's exactly what the call is going to be.
And that is Rayshawn's second personal foul and the second team foul.
And this is why this game, Ron, is so interesting. Now, see, the Admirals, they're falling back. They're playing a 1-3-1 zone, it appears to me. You know, a completely different approach to the game. They're saying, okay, we're going to let you bring it across the 10-second line. We'll give you that, but now you're going to have to go through the heart of our half-court defense. Oh, those, my good friend, Mr. Ward, teacher at Admiral King. That's Mr. Ward and his students. They've even made some signs, I see. I'm so glad they're here. He told me he's bringing his whole class. Gary Ward, one of the fine Admiral King teachers.
Understand, too, they had a pep rally in the cafeteria at 6 o'clock this evening, and any Admiral King student who wanted to get a face painting was able to do that.
Right.
We'll possibly get them on the TV20 camera during another timeout.
Ron, you're right. It's great to see enthusiasm here, enthusiastic students. Great.
Ryan Jackson on the shot, missed. Going up with the rebound was Gerald Jackson, now in the lineup, number 30, Gerald Jackson, a 5'10 senior.
And Coach Curl's going to have to go to the bench for Jaron Nixon. I believe that's Rayshawn Campbell's third foul, if I'm not mistaken, Ron, is it?
If it was on Rayshawn,
yes,
it is his third and the team's third. So he's got all three fouls.
Right, and that's a definite loss to the Admirals because they're relying on Rayshawn to help out, handle the basketball against that full court heat. Jaron Nixon, number 33 in the lineup.
Jerry Al Nixon is a 6-foot sophomore, number 33. Southview has doubled up the score on the Admirals. It's 8-4, make it 9-4.
Wow. You know, this press reminds me a lot of Menor, Ron. You know, Southview's taken a page out of their book.
You're exactly right. 5 seconds. Danny Hoskins couldn't get it in.
Forced a turnover, couldn't get it in bounds.
Brian Joyner picking up the loose ball in the lane and drops in two. 11-4. Southview by 7.
Again, they used Rob Walton. King did to relieve pressure that time. I like that move.
And a pass intended for Montel Curry is intercepted. Marquel Miller missing on a shot as he took it into the basket, and a foul.
Well, just good execution by Southview, getting the ball inside and then attacking it once they draw help. Weak side man's flash into the basket. The Admirals on offense down here in the half court. Southview's defense is great, but you can't force things. You have to be patient. You have to make strong cuts, set good picks. Right now, Southview's having their way.
Foul was on Montel Curry, his first, the team's fourth. Marquel Miller at the line, hits the first. Marquel Miller, thus far the leading scorer here in the first quarter with 5 points, missing on the second shot. Rebound grabbed by Jaron Nixon.
Well,
long pass across the court intended for Tremel Suggs. Knocked out of bounds by Gabe Rios. Saw a lot of that cross-court passing in the JV game, and so many interceptions. Almost looked like a football game.
Right. That's called a skip pass, and if you anticipate them, you can get them. Wow, another turnover. See that double team? They've evidently, it looks like the Admirals are going to trap Tremel Suggs whenever he touches it. I think they're going to trap Jaron Nixon whenever he touches it. Now I've got to go to school here and see exactly what the Saints are doing on offense. I haven't figured that one out quite yet.
Now in the lineup for Admiral King, number 5, Jaron Kidd, a 5'8" junior. We're down to 50 seconds remaining in the first quarter. 12-4, Southview by 8. Long three-point shot attempted by Gabe Rios. Coming down with the rebound for the Admirals, Darrell Nixon.
Wow, they're trapping the ball on the perimeter, whoever has it. It's called a blitz trap.
That was Kidd attempting to get the ball to Hoskins, taken away by Southview, goes out of bounds, last to touch it, Gabe Rios. Admiral King's ball with 15 seconds remaining.
Ron, it appears like chaos out there, but you see, this is exactly what Southview wants in the game. This is exactly the environment and the tempo they're trying to create. 13 seconds left remaining in the quarter.
And a takeaway by Southview. Oh, well, yeah, they still have it. Brian Joyner with the ball in the lane and a foul.
Jump ball with 1.8 left. If the Saints get the ball, they've got a shot for a basket.
Now they're going to call a foul on Montel Curry, number
okay,
34.
Ron,
That's his
Very
second.
good.
And the team's 5th.
Well, there's 1.8 left. Plenty of time to get a good shot.
And there's the three-point attempt, blocked, however. In the corner making the attempt was Southview's Gerald Jackson. That's the end of the first quarter. Southview leading by 8, 12-4. Bob and I will be back with the second quarter right after this timeout.
Your one-stop place for something really special is Impressions, corner of Oberlin Avenue and Tower Boulevard. T-shirts and sweatshirts personally designed to your specific needs. Anything from bears, trains to zebras, and specially designed hats as well. And don't forget Impressions, your one-stop spot for school jackets. See Dave, the designer expert at Impressions, Oberlin Avenue at Tower Boulevard, right here in Lorain.
Back here at the Shot Palace, as we were talking, and Bob, you probably have more info on this.
I told the kids in school today, if you went to the pep rally, wore your little Kingette, got your face painted, I guaranteed Coach Joe Bach would get you on camera. And so I believe we have a group of the Admiral King students up there, and now I have kept my promise.
And I noticed one of those students that was panned was Heather Salva from the girls basketball
the
team.
whole girls team is here. In fact, they've got a big one tomorrow. Big game tomorrow, Ron. Maybe we could talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah, congratulations to both Admiral King and Southview
Right.
girls basketball
Both girls.
teams, both winning in the sectional and going into the sectional finals. Shot attempted by Gerald Jackson on the miss. Montel Curry with the rebound.
I'll tell you, King is lucky. They're lucky they're only down by 8 because Southview just hasn't been shooting the ball well. This could be a lot worse.
Three-point attempt by Montel Curry, and it's good. Pulls the Admirals to within 5, 12-7. Pass intended from Leonard Smith to Ryan Jackson.
Saints
knocked
have
out
to-
of bounds.
Saints have to get much better spacing against that zone there. They've got 5 guys all in a pack. You've got to spread that zone out. If you spread it out, that'll create some holes on the interior.
Underneath the basket on the missed shot, Leonard Smith.
You know, the Admirals dodge a bullet. And a palming or carrying the ball call against Jerry L. Nixon, trying to dribble through the double team.
Gerald Jackson attempting to pass it into Leonard Smith, knocked out of bounds off of Leonard Smith. King's ball.
You know, we've been bragging and complimenting the Saints on their defensive intensity. I'm seeing
Long pass to Montel Curry, goes to the basket, misses on the shot, but he's going to be called for traveling.
I'm seeing some defensive intensity out of the Admirals I haven't seen all year long. That time down the floor, the Admirals went to a 1-4, and the Saints are fronting everybody across the foul line, and Montel just took off. That's one of the best ways to attack that kind of full court pressure.
Marquell Miller in the lane off the front of the rim. Gets his own rebound, dishes off to John Brown. He couldn't get it in. Off of Brown, out of bounds. King's ball.
Blocked by Rob Walton. Now here's that 1-4 set. If you front them, they take off and they'll look deep. Just like that.
Montel Curry gets the long pass off the backboard, 2.
Admirals climbing right back in it.
Montel Curry now with 5 points, all coming here in the second quarter. 12-9, King trails by 3. And a blocking foul is going to be called on Montel Curry. That is his third personal, and the team's 6th personal foul.
Well, again, Ron, I just think the Admirals are fortunate at this point. It's only a 3-point game. If the Saints were shooting the basketball at all tonight, they'd have a very comfortable lead. You know, of course, some of that's due to the Admirals' defense, too.
Sean Nixon back in the lineup for the Southview Saints. Peter Milanovic for the Admirals.
I think the Saints need better spacing and they have to reverse the ball.
And a takeaway by the Admirals. Gabe Rios couldn't handle it, going right to the basket and dropping in 2 points. Cheriel Nixon.
Wow.
Leonard Smith going to the basket. He's fouled by Danny Hoskins. Smith will go to the line and shoot 2. That is the 7th team foul against the Admirals. The Southview Saints, for the remainder of this second quarter, are now in the 1-1 bonus.
Well, I saw something there also. Obviously, the Saints think they can quick break the Admirals. That means after an Admirals score, they're going to advance it up the floor and release, almost release early and quick break the basketball to try to beat the Admirals, obviously, down to the other end.
Leonard Smith making both foul shots and moves the Southview Saints out to a 3-point advantage, 14-11. to the basket, and it won't drop, but a foul is called. Danny Hoskins.
Well, Danny Hoskins, only a freshman, takes the ball right in the middle of all that full court pressure and attacks the basket. That is very impressive.
Boy, he had a lot of English on that ball. Did you see how it rolled around and around and around? The only problem is it didn't drop. But he has a chance now to get 2 foul shots in there. Got the first.
Well, it's hard to believe this young man is just a freshman.
Foul was on Gabe Rios. That was his first and the team's 5th.
He just knocked those 2 right down.
14-13, Southview has a 1-point lead here with 5 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And the ball intercepted by the Admirals, Jerry Al Nixon. Pramel Suggs going to be called for traveling.
Well, that's that pressure again. I mean, the Saints, I don't know if they could keep up this pace for an entire game. It's just a tremendous pace. They're contesting everything and again, forced another turnover. Well, if an official, Ron, calls one of those palming calls early in the game, you better be careful not to palm the ball for the rest of the game because it's obviously been something they're going to emphasize.
And apparently, too, something he's looking for.
Right, exactly.
Oh! Wow, through a lot of traffic trying to get 2 in there was Jerry Al Nixon. Southview coming down with the rebound, obviously. John Brown trying to get it off to Leonard Smith or Ryan Jackson in the corner. Knocked out of bounds.
This game is being played at a physical pace that I haven't seen all year long.
Out on the line, Leonard Smith puts in 2. 16-13, Southview now leading by 3.
Need a middleman, need somebody to cut in the middle. There it is.
Rob Walton to the basket, and he's going to be called for offensive charging.
Wow, Ryan Jackson gets my Tough Man award, I'll tell you that. Rob's about 6'7", 6'8", and has got to weigh 260, and he's pretty hard, and Ryan stood right in there and took the charge. Wow.
That is the first personal foul on Rob Walton, and the team's 8th. Brandon Phillips back in the lineup for the Admirals, replacing Walton. Sean Nixon on a 3-pointer off the front of the rim. Marquel Miller grabbing the rebound. Marquel Miller now with the 3-point shot off the front of the rim. John Brown with the rebound, passing off to Leonard Smith. It won't drop, and finally Peter Milanovic with the rebound.
Southview just can't get a basket to drop.
Brandon Phillips, ball strip. Sean Nixon across the timeline. Sean Nixon, 3-pointer, good.
All righty. Sean finally got a 3 to drop there.
That's the first point scored by Sean Nixon. 19-13, Southview with a 6-point lead.
Okay, Brandon, you're going to have to dribble the basketball to draw the defense.
Admirals were able to sneak up to within 1 point, but now have dropped back to 6. Peter Milanovic gets the feed and the 2. Nice blocking there by Hoskins, Danny Hoskins, and the Admirals come with it. Taken away on a pass to Hoskins by Nixon. Dishes off to Marquel Miller, blocked by
I'll tell you, Ron,
Danny Hoskins, and a foul.
Nobody's giving anything up today. If you take it to the basket, you better be ready to get
hammered.
Wow.
That's the second personal foul on Danny Hoskins, the team's 9th.
But again, Jerry L. Nixon down here at the other end. Make the easy pass. Take some mustard off of that. Just make a good pass. Don't turn it over. You know, and both teams have had a little bit of that tonight.
Now in the lineup for Southview for the first time this evening, number 34, Vince Velasquez, a 5'9" junior. number 34.
Well, I think Coach Curry's he's subbing after made foul shots to get his defense set. That's what it appears like to me.
Trammell Suggs with a pass behind his back, keeping that ball alive. Trammell Suggs, three-point shot, off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Jerry Al Nixon. Make that Brett McGee on the rebound and the missed three-point shot and a foul.
Right, so even though the Admirals have kind of climbed back in at 2015, I still think the pace is a little bit too much for their game. I think they have to be a little bit more patient once they get it down here.
Foul was on Brian Joyner, his first, the team's sixth. We're down to 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the second quarter, 20-15. Southview by 5. And a missed three-pointer by Trammell Suggs. Joyner bouncing the ball off of Milanovic.
I haven't still quite figured out what's going on down here. I can't really recognize the Admirals defense, and it's kind of a little matchup zone. And they trap the ball when it goes to the corner.
Sean Nixon on the missed shot. Danny Hoskins on the rebound. Danny Hoskins to the basket.
Now Hoskins used his left hand there. He's a freshman in a game like this, taking the ball to the basket using his left hand. Amazing.
2017, Southview leading by 3. Three-point shot by Sean Nixon. It's a 6-point advantage once again for Southview. That is the second three-pointer put in by Nixon, accounting for all 6 of his points. 23-17 with 1:49 remaining. A takeaway by Joyner. Goes out of bounds though.
Nice job anticipating by the Saints full court pressure.
Brett McGee is fouled as he tried to get the ball out of the corner.
See, I think really the Admirals doing a pretty decent job against this full court pressure, because this is great full court defense by the Saints. And the Admirals are, they're struggling a bit, but they're getting it across the 10-second line.
Follows on Vince Velasquez, his first, the team's 7th. And now the Admirals will go to the foul line with the 1-and-1 bonus.
And Ryan Jackson back in the game for Vince Velasquez.
And the officials are talking to 2 of the players, Sean Nixon and Trammell Suggs, letting them know this is a game.
Right. Good move by the officials. You have to take control early. Brett McGee.
In and out on the second foul shot. It's 23-18, Southview by 5. Down to 1:30. Right to the basket and missing Sean Nixon and a foul.
Sean has improved quite a bit this year. I mean, he really has. He looks like he's shooting the ball better from beyond the arc. And in the Edge this morning, Ron, there was a nice little article about some of the players in this game, and Sean's being looked at now by a number of colleges.
Yeah, that's the surprising thing. I'd read that too, right, Bob, that they came to scout other players, and Sean Nixon just rose to the occasion like good cream to the top.
Exactly. Well, when you see a guard, everybody wants guards that can shoot the 3 and can handle it and penetrate and break a defense down off the dribble. I mean, that's very attractive, and that's going to get some attention.
Nixon with an opportunity for 2 foul shot, missing on both. He was fouled by Jerry Al Nixon. Brett McGee losing the ball. Marquell Miller. Off the backboard and 2.
We'll get another turnover off of a double team. Well, that's going to put the Admirals at the line. I'm not sure who the foul was on, Ron, but that's the 8th team foul for the Saints. That'll put Brett McGee at the line for a 1-and-1. Admirals already in the bonus, or Admirals already have 10 team fouls.
And just like the last time a moment ago, Brett McGee steps up to the foul line, gets the first one. Let's see if he can get the second one this time. 25-19, Southview by 6. Southview still by 6.
Brandon Phillips was up there for that rebound.
And Gabe Rios wisely just letting it go out of bounds since Brandon was the last to touch it.
A little bit surprised at this timeout. Coach Brian Corey is going to take, I believe, a 30 with 1:03 left, up by 6, 25-19. I'm a little surprised at the timeout. Because I just get the feeling around in this game it's going to come down to the last minute. You're going to make sure, or you're going to wish you had your full or as near to your full complement as possible. But he saw something.
See some of the little junior cheerleaders marching along. Probably will be doing a little halftime activity. The youngsters that work with the
varsity gals,
varsity Lorain Admiral King cheerleaders. It's great that both the schools, Southview and King, their varsity cheerleading squad, and I'm sure the JVs as well, work with these youngsters.
Right. Ron, the whole thing is good. Tom Tucker had his band here tonight. They're terrific. The chamber singers, the whole thing's terrific.
And Lorain City Schools, without a doubt, have a lot to be proud of. John Brown trying to get a basket, could not. Rebound fought for, going out of bounds. Like I've said so often on my Focus program on TV20, Lorain City Schools, as far as I'm concerned, and they can't pay me enough to say something I don't truly believe, have the facilities to provide the most excellent education in Lorain County. All the students have to do is come with a desire to learn.
Absolutely.
The teachers are outstanding. The equipment is great. Classes of all sorts. The opportunities are there for a golden chance at higher education, scholarships, and a great career.
Right.
You just have to come prepared. Tremel Suggs.
Big basket. 23 seconds left in the half.
Must have had his toes on the line because he only got 2 on that one.
I'm not sure if the Admirals are aware of the clock situation.
And a takeaway by John Brown to the basket. He is fouled.
Wow.
Will it count?
Yes, it will, and that foul will be against our foreign exchange friend from Serbia,
Peter Milanovic.
Big
They're
steal.
Going to count the basket. Milanovic on the foul. That is his first. John Brown with a 3-point opportunity. Makes the foul shot.
And Joyner limping off the floor, forcing a substitution. Leonard Smith and Velasquez back in the game, and it looks like Joyner's rolled over his ankle.
Southview, with 7 seconds remaining, has a 7-point lead, 28-21.
Oh, I know they'd like to get a steal right here and another basket real quick. Wow, that's not a foul?
Over and back on Leonard Smith, so King will get it with 0.8 of a second.
Well, Jay and I went through the earlier game. According to, I don't know, science, I guess you can get a catch and shot off with 0.8 of a second. Somebody has figured this out.
Oh, Trammell Suggs,
good.
what a great shot. It hit the rim, just wouldn't drop. So at the end of the first half of play here in the Shot Palace, it's the Southview Saints leading the Admiral King Admirals 28-21. We'll be back right after this.
As time flows on, there are places we return to again and again. Places that comfort us with their serenity. Places that astound us with their beauty. Places where our memories come to life. Precious places. Timeless places. Places that with your help can endure forever. I'm Paul Newman. Help the Nature Conservancy save the last great places around the world.
Since 1921, your hometown financial professionals at First Federal Savings of Lorain have dedicated themselves to meeting the financial needs of their customers and surrounding communities. They offer a wide variety of financial investments as well as home mortgages to meet your every need. Loans on boats, cars, mobile homes, and other worthwhile purchases are also available. Whatever your financial need, First Federal Savings of Lorain is ready to help. 7 convenient locations to serve you in Lorain, Huron, Sandusky, Port Clinton, and now at 36690 Detroit Road in Avon. First Federal Savings of Lorain is an equal housing lender and FDIC insured. As we indicated during the final moments of the second quarter, the little junior cheerleaders that work with the varsity and JV members of the Lorain Admiral King High School varsity cheerleading squad are now on the floor, and tonight they are facing our TV20 camera so that they can get their lovely faces for moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas to look at, and I'll tell you, they are as cute can be. Wow. The last time they performed here in the Shot Palace, they did everything to the east stands, and all we got were backs and backs of heads.
Ron, do you see the little gal in the front row?
Yeah, look at that.
That's got to be the most junior of all cheerleaders. she can't be.
She just a little, but there
yeah,
she is.
She's cute.
Yeah, we're looking at her right now. All right. All righty. Giving herself an applause. Now she's going to sit this one out.
Well, she saw the advisor sit, so.
And the advisor, Dion, is trying to get her to stand up.
There you go.
That is precious.
Yep.
And I'll tell you, if these parents don't call TV20 and order a copy of this tape, because these are what memories are all about.
Tape sales just went up, Coach Joe. No doubt about it.
all you have to do is give our producer and director Joe Bach a call at 282-8400, 282-8400, and say, hey, I want a copy of that King Southview varsity basketball game featuring my little girl. You know, Bob, I have to wonder how many of these young gals will actually, in the years to come, wind up becoming cheerleaders.
Well, you know, it's great that their parents have allowed them to get involved. I mean, this is where it all starts.
Our daughter was a varsity cheerleader at
Tracy.
Admiral King High School back in the school year 1979-80. And that was the first year, by the way, the Admirals got to Columbus.
Right.
So I was really thrilled for her that she had an opportunity to cheer on the floor of St. John's Arena.
I remember that game well. I was on the bench for that game. It was against Akron Central Howard in the finals. It was a great effort. A 3-point loss and we didn't have anybody on the floor taller than 6'3". It was unbelievable.
Well, that was an unbelievable decade in Admiral King basketball, making it to the state Final Four 3 times.
Right. Ron, Admiral King basketball, the winningest Division I school in the state of Ohio during the 1980s.
There you have them, moms and dads, grandmas and grandpas, and sports fans everywhere. The future of our city of Lorain. And like you said, Bob, and I think you said something unbelievably significant. The parents got the kids involved.
Exactly.
The parents care. And that makes the difference between success and just going through life.
Absolutely, Ron, that's the key.
When moms and dads begin to care and get behind their youngsters, look out. The sky's the limit. We'll be back right after this.
Hi, I'm Bob McGrath.
And I'm Big Bird.
And we love to make music. Music can help kids learn. Did you know that making music, any music...
Like Twinkle Twinkle?
Right, like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, can help your child with language, reading, and even math.
And it's lots of fun, too.
To find out how children learn and grow with music, visit www.amc-music.org.
And you'll see...
Music works wonders.
Yeah, it sure does.
Third quarter action getting underway here at Lorain Admiral King High School in the Shot Palace with the Southview Saints leading 28-21. Rayshawn Campbell in and out on a shot. Rebound by Rob Walton, goes up with it and partially blocked by Marquell Miller. Southview has it. Long pass to John Brown and in for 2.
Nice look up the floor there by Nixon to find Brown wide open. Again, Admirals got caught napping a little bit. You got to get back on defense. Nice job by the Admirals there.
Marquel Miller missing on a three-pointer. Gabe Rios on the rebound. John Brown off the rim. Danny Hoskins rebound.
Well, Montel Curry was trying to go to Rob that time. Little miscommunication.
Gabe Rios, he's got 3. Those are the first points scored by Rios here in this ball game.
Well, if he gets hot from beyond the arc, it's going to be real bad news from the Admirals.
Just inside the arc, in and out on a shot by Rayshawn Campbell. 33-21.
The Admirals cannot afford to allow this separation to increase anymore.
Tramel Suggs was being manhandled there, and the foul is on Marquel Miller.
You know, and I noticed a little change in defense here. The Saints don't quite have the intensity and the pressure. They're more of a containment press here to start the second half. Although now I see they're getting up on the ball. There's the trap.
Danny Hoskins pitching off to Peter Milanovic, and 2.
Well, nice job by the Admirals to get it in the middle and then look opposite. There's a big basket.
Sean Nixon going up, and he's fouled. And the foul's going to be on Tramel Suggs. That will be his 4th. Or I'm sorry, his 1st. His 1st. First time these two teams met at Lorain Southview. The first game that you saw here on TV20, the score was Southview 55, Admiral King 48. Well, underneath the basket, and 2 more points for John Brown.
Good little cut into the middle of the defense, draw help, and look opposite. Well done there.
Brown with 5 points in the first half. He's got 4 thus far in this third quarter. Wow. There's 2 put in by
Danny Hoskins.
Danny Hoskins. Rayshawn Campbell missing on the shot, and a foul.
Well, the Admirals giving the Saints a little bit of their own medicine there, beating the Saints up the floor. Saints have got to now get back quicker, pick up much quicker, and stop the basketball. You can't allow for that kind of penetration.
Foul on Gabe Rios, his 2nd, the team's 2nd. Rayshawn Campbell at the line, he'll shoot 2.
I just noticed the Saints come out a little bit flat here, I think. They don't quite have the same intensity that they had in the first half.
Rayshawn Campbell with a field goal in the first quarter. This foul shot here in the third quarter, he's got 3 points. Make it 4. Brett McGee with 2 points back in the first half. Danny Hoskins had 4, 2 already in the third quarter with 6.
Well, that's not over and back until your ball and both feet. A technical foul, Ron.
They're going to call that as a jump ball and a technical on the Admiral King bench.
Yeah, that's going to be on the Admirals coaching staff, and that's going to mean that they have to sit for the rest of the game. They cannot get up.
Gabe Rios at the line to shoot the 2 technical foul shots.
Yeah, it's such a big play because it's not only, the 2 shots, but it's possession. King had the basketball. And again, it was an accurate call by the officials. To be over and back, the ball and both feet have to be on one side of the floor. And that wasn't the case.
Well, they actually called a jump ball. They did not call over and back.
Right, and that was the correct call. That was the.
Okay.
I think the officials had it called correctly, but it's a big technical because it's a point obviously to push it to 11, and then it's possession.
We're down to 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Southview leading 36-27 by 9 over the Admirals. John Brown getting the pass from Rios in the lane, and he's fouled by Peter Milanovic.
The Admirals are doing a better job matching up. They're not guarding air tonight in their zone defense, and what the Saints are doing is attacking it from the weak side. That's going to be Admirals' ball.
Second personal foul on Milanovic, and the third team foul. Southview with 2 here in the third quarter. Danny Hoskins going down the lane, and a foul.
We're getting off to a ragged start here, Ron, today. I mean, in the second half. Both teams, it seems like have lost a little bit of energy and are suffering from some self-inflicted mistakes here.
Foul was on Gabe Rios, his third. And the third team foul, and a takeaway by Rios. Pass intended for Leonard Smith.
What we've got here is people playing outside of themselves.
Pass from Suggs to Milanovic, and Peter just
turnover.
wasn't paying attention at that moment. John Brown.
Guys, nobody's really putting any heat on you now on either end. Make the easy pass, run an offense, pass it 6 or 7 times. You'll get what you want.
Ryan Jackson in the lane, shot blocked. Admirals down with the rebound. Rob Walton, and he is fouled. Basket won't count.
Right there, that's one of the few times tonight the Admirals have been able to get their bread and butter. Rob Walton's their big man, 18.8 a game plus close to 11 rebounds. That's one of the few times they've gotten it inside. The reason they got it in there was the Southview ball pressure on the perimeter is not quite as good as it was in the first half, and the passes are a little bit easier to make.
Foul was on Leonard Smith, his first, the team's fourth. Rob Walton again, and finally gets 2 more points. He only had 2 points back in the first quarter. He's got 4 on the night, far below his per game average.
Well, he's at 18.8, Ron, per game.
Leonard Smith, turnaround jumper in and out. Danny Hoskins coming down with the rebound.
I mean, the Admirals can climb right back in this.
Rayshawn Campbell with the 3, and it's good.
My, 36-32 with 3:11 left in the third quarter. We've got a ball game. Southview ball.
3 minutes, 3 seconds remaining in the third quarter. At one point, Southview led by 12, and Coach Brian Curry wants a 30-second timeout to talk about it with his Southview Saints. The Admirals have pulled to within 4, 36-32.
And Coach Curry's got to be careful. That's his third, isn't that his third timeout? It leaves him with just 2, if I'm not mistaken, Ron. And you have to be careful. You don't want to burn them all up too early. I don't believe the scoreboard figures are correct. I believe there's just 2 left for Southview. I may be wrong, though. And I know what he's doing down there. I know him so well I could read his body language. He's not not too happy with the enthusiasm and the intensity he's seeing. He wants to get back to what he saw in the first half, where there was, all that trapping and blitzing and all that pressure and intensity and digging after the basketball. The Saints have kind of backed off a little bit, and I think he took that timeout to get them going.
And during that timeout, we saw some more of the student body at the north end of the gymnasium, all decked out. John Brown trying to go to the basket.
Well, I mean, the Admirals just have such a size advantage in there. They've got 6'7", 6'5", 6'5". And really, I think Rob's more like 6'8".
John Brown in the lane, gets the pass, misses on the shot. Rob Walton gets it off to Rayshawn Campbell. Milanovic to Rob Walton, 2.
Well, again, there isn't any ball pressure on those passes on the perimeter.
Marquell Miller with the shot. It's good.
Oh.
Marquell Miller with 8 points back in the first half. He's now in the double figures with 10. And a takeaway by Miller. To the basket, 2 more.
Nice job by Marquell using his body to screen Rashawn off while he shot it.
And a foul's going to be called on either John Brown or Sean Nixon, one of the two, as they blocked Peter Milanovic. They're going to call that foul on John Brown. That's his second and the team's 5th.
I just think the Admirals have to keep looking inside right now.
Admirals were within 2 points of tying the ball game. They now trail again by 6, 40-34.
Well, they've gotten it into Rob more in the last 2 minutes than in the entire first 20. Keep looking in there.
Down to 1 minute and 50 seconds, third quarter action. Foul is on Leonard Smith. Foul against the Southview Saints. That is Smith's second and the team's 6th.
Well, one of the things the Admirals have to do here, Hoskins and Rob, they've got to stay opposite more. If one's high, the other has to get low. They need better spacing. The officials
and another one against Leonard Smith, his 3rd.
And that's a 1-and-1 situation. Ron, the officials are in the process right now of taking control of the game. That's what's happening here.
Yeah, they're calling fouls that are taking place away from where the ball is being handled. Rob Walton at the line. He'll shoot 1-and-1.
Well, having to sit Leonard at this point is not a good thing for the Saints. I mean, Leonard's 6'5", 6'6". He's one of the few guys that, the only guy that the Saints have that can match up with, the Hoskins and the Peters and the Robs.
Danny Hoskins on the rebound, still fighting for the ball, and he is fouled. Foul is on Ryan Jackson. That is his 2nd and the team's 8th. Admiral King with just 3 team fouls. Danny Hoskins at the line. Admirals trail by 4, 40-36. Gabe Rios with a 3-pointer. All net.
Big basket for the Saints. Just when you feel the Admirals, the momentum was starting to shift, Rios hits the second big 3 of the half.
Ryan Jackson getting the ball away from Hoskins. Sean Nixon off the front of the rim. Rob Walton on the rebound. Down to a minute. Danny Hoskins goes up. Basket will count. He is fouled.
Well, there you see the consequences of not having Leonard in the game. Now, Leonard hasn't scored much in the game tonight, but he's a defensive presence. And again, he's 6'5" or so, and the Admirals now have definite size advantage all across the back line, and obviously got it inside very easily there.
Foul is on Ryan Jackson, his third, the team's 9th. Danny Hoskins with the three-point opportunity and makes it. He has now got 9 or 10 points. 10 points in the game.
Huge game for Danny Hoskins.
We have an Admiral in the ball game out there, number 10, and we don't have him on our roster list. Hopefully you can identify him.
I will once I get a good look.
Gabe Rios off the rim, rebound Peter Milanovic, and a foul.
Ron, that's a freshman. You've seen him before tonight.
Foul is on Brian Joyner, that is his second, and the team's 10th, and the Admirals go to the line now for the remainder of the half for the double bonus. And it will be Peter Milanovic.
That's Antoine Powell in the game.
Antoine Power.
Right, he's a freshman, number 10. That's pretty amazing to have 2 freshmen out there.
In and out on the second foul shot. Peter Milanovic now with a total of 5 points in the ball game.
32 seconds.
Gabe Rios gets the pass underneath the basket, turns around, and the shot is blocked. And he is going to be called on a foul. Gabe Rios with his 4th personal foul.
Well, I don't know. He kind of tripped over. I don't know. That's 94 feet away from the basket. Kind of tripped over. I don't know if I like that call. Wasn't anything intentional. He tried to hold himself up. I don't know.
I agree with you. He did not do what happened intentionally. It was all loss of balance.
Right, and there was no harm, and it didn't result in a turnover or anything like that.
Danny Hoskins, he'll have the double bonus, makes the first.
Well, we're seeing some of the Admirals' quality youth here. We got Brandon Phillips. He's just a true sophomore and 2 freshmen on the floor. And a junior. There's only 1 senior on the floor for the Admirals, that being Peter.
And a turnover by Southview, as they're saying. Marquel Miller apparently had his foot on the baseline when he passed it into Sean Nixon. The 2 foul shots by Danny Hoskins pulled the Admirals to within 1. It's 43-42. Admirals with a chance to take the lead here in the closing seconds, down to 20. And Antoine Power is going to go to the foul line. He was fouled by Ryan Jackson.
And we've got another technical. This might be a double technical, Ron. Ryan Jackson and Antoine Powell kind of pushing each other a little bit. Guys, let's not lose composure here. And I think the double T, if it's a double T, if I'm not mistaken, with all the rules changes, I don't think anybody shoots if in fact it's a double T. Coaches are now being called to confer. See, I think there was a foul that preceded the double T, so I think King might go for to the line for that foul and then get it out of bounds. Just a guess. This is the foul that preceded the double T.
Now, just so we have this young man's name pronounced correctly, is it Power or Powell?
Powell.
Powell, okay. Missing on the first foul shot. An opportunity here if he makes it to tie the ball game at 43 all. And misses on the second.
Wow,
19 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Tough spot for a freshman there. King Southview. Packed gym. Down by one. 2 shots. Tough spot. And the possession arrow now will determine possession, if I'm not mistaken, and the ball's going to go to Southview. So what we had there was a foul, then a double T. Double T's, neither shoot. Possession arrow to Southview. I think we've got it.
Now, does the technical fouls count against the two players?
Yes.
So that would be Powell's first.
Right.
Oh. And Ryan Jackson's fourth.
Boy, it's rough in there. Right. Wow.
That's the third personal foul on Danny Hoskins. John Brown at the line.
5.5 left in the third quarter. Rob Walton back in the game for Hoskins.
John Brown now in double figures with 10 points. 5 in the first half, 5 already here in the third quarter. (45-42) Southview leading by 3. Tremel Suggs, three-point shot, no good. And that's the end of the third quarter. Southview leading by 3, 45-42. Bob and I will be back with the fourth and final quarter in this outstanding basketball game.
Your one-stop place for something really special is Impressions, corner of Oberlin Avenue and Tower Boulevard. T-shirts and sweatshirts personally designed to your specific needs. Anything from bears, trains to zebras, and specially designed hats as well. And don't forget Impressions, your one-stop spot for school jackets. See Dave, the designer expert at Impressions, Oberlin Avenue at Tower Boulevard, right here in Lorain.
Since 1921, your hometown financial professionals at First Federal Savings of Lorain have dedicated themselves to meeting the financial needs of their customers and surrounding communities. They offer a wide variety of financial investments as well as home mortgages to meet your every need. Loans on boats, cars, mobile homes, and other worthwhile purchases are also available. Whatever your financial need, First Federal Savings of Lorain is ready to help. 7 convenient locations to serve you in Lorain, Huron, Sandusky, Port Clinton, and now at 36690 Detroit Road in Avon. First Federal Savings of Lorain is an equal housing lender and FDIC insured. Possession arrow belonging to the Admirals. They'll put it into play here to begin the fourth and final quarter. Southview leading by 3, 45-42. Southview has led throughout this entire ball game.
Yeah. And it's been a great game, Ron. What intense play. You know, and we've had more than our share of fouls, but that's going to happen when both teams are playing so hard. There's going to be frequent stoppage of play to go to the line.
Foul is on John Brown, his third. Brandon Phillips at the line. Brandon Phillips with his first point in the ball game, pulling the Admirals to within 2. It's 45-43.
And Rashawn Campbell in the game for Peter Milanovic.
Brian Joyner coming down with the missed foul shot. Ryan Jackson inside the circle, hits on 2. The first 2 points scored by Ryan Jackson in the ball game. Tremel Suggs had the shot blocked. Here comes Marquel Miller. And his shot is blocked by Brandon Phillips, but they're going to call Brandon on a foul.
And he better be careful because the officials have told all the players through their actions they're not going to accept anything, so you have to be very careful out there if you're a player. They'll tee you up in a second, and I wouldn't blame them. They're trying to maintain control of a very, emotionally played, hotly contested game. But we've got some great underclassmen going back. Ryan Jackson's just a true sophomore. That was a great offensive move.
That was the first personal foul on Brandon Phillips. Danny Hoskins coming back in the lineup for the Admirals along with Jerry L. Nixon. Marquell Miller at the line. In and out on the second one, missing both. Rebound being fought for underneath the basket. Jump ball. Possession arrow should belong to Southview.
Boy, Leonard Smith really got after it there. And I like what he did. He got on Rob's back. Rob went down and he helped him up. Oh, that was, that was Leonard. Nice touch. Well, and now he's going to get called for a foul. This is a little out of bounds play. Leonard's trying to duck in from the weak side, and they're going to call him for a foul.
And that is his fourth personal foul.
Wow, Southview can't afford to lose Leonard, 6'5".
Danny Hoskins at the line. He'll shoot two.
And I think Coach Corey's going to gamble and leave him in the game. And I agree with him.
Ryan Jackson coming down with the rebound on the missed foul shot. Shot put up and missed by Southview's Vince Velasquez. Antoine Powell's pass into Hoskins, taken away by Sean Nixon to the basket and a foul.
All right, be very careful, Leonard. We've had that called before tonight. Guys, you got to stay off the rim.
Foul is on the freshman, Antoine Powell. That's his second.
Ron, in the JV game, we had a basket taken away for doing just that. The ball was going through the basket. It was clearly down, and one of the other offensive players went up and grabbed the rim. They took the basket away.
Sean Nixon at the line makes the first. Sean Nixon with two triples in the second quarter. Did not score at all in the first or the third quarters. Now with 7 points in the ball game. Is that musical players?
Not sure what happened there. The Gabe Rios and Jerry L. Nixon were kind of arguing about who was in that spot. Ooh. Guys, if you don't draw iron, ball out of bounds.
Oh my.
Yeah, very close.
Shot missed by Brett McGee.
I hope everybody, Ron, is just appreciating. Believe me, these kids are really working hard out there. I mean, it's just a maximum effort by both teams. I'm really proud of both groups. And there aren't a lot of points being scored because the defense is so good.
Gabe Rios on a three-pointer, hitting the rim, no good. And a foul on the rebound. It'll be against Southview.
And everybody's in the double bonus from here on out.
Fouls on Sean Nixon, his second. Rayshawn Campbell at the line, shooting 2. John Brown and Gerald Jackson back in the ball game now for Southview. 6:11 remaining in the ball game. Rayshawn Campbell hitting on both foul shots. 48-46. Admirals trail by 2. John Brown getting the loose ball. Ryan Jackson up, no good. Rebound fought for.
Wow.
And it's Peter Milanovic who comes up with it, and a foul is going to be called on someone.
They're going to call
on
something
Rayshawn Campbell.
on Rayshawn Campbell.
And I didn't see a
push. Wow. It looked like he was completely away from the ball and out of the play. And there was, I didn't
when
see
that whistle went off, exactly. There was nobody around him except
right.
two of his teammates.
Right.
That's the 4th personal foul on Rayshawn Campbell. Both these teams now with 10 personal fouls. They both go to the line for the double bonus.
Well, I know one thing. Nixon's on the bench for Southview. Markel Miller, two of their 3 scorers are on the bench. The only real scorer on the floor is Gabe Rios. Southview should not come down and put something up so quickly as they did on that last possession. Give those guys a chance to catch their breath for the final run.
John Brown hitting them both.
That was a big call.
Southview now leading by 4, 50-46. And a foul's going to be called on Gerald Jackson. That's his first.
Oh, was that on Jackson or Velasquez?
Number 30, I do believe.
Okay.
Gerald Jackson. Tremel Suggs at the line. He'll shoot 2. Boy, here's where you see the importance of being able to make those foul shots coming into play.
Huge.
Tremel Suggs with his 3rd point in the ball game. To the basket, missing on the shot, John Brown.
Well, king size in there again.
Danny Hoskins on the move, loses the ball. Leonard Smith to Gabe Rios. To the basket, no good. Oh, Leonard Smith on the putback.
Big basket, Ron. Wow.
52-47, 5-point advantage for the Saints. We've got 5 minutes remaining in the ball game, a lot of time remaining. And a reaching foul on Leonard Smith. That should be his 5th and final.
Boy, wow. Leonard. Well, Brian, Coach Corey gambled, and I agree with him.
Brian Joyner will come into the ball game.
Leonard
replacing Leonard.
Leonard got his 4th with about 7 minutes left. Coach Corey decided to gamble and leave him in the game.
Rob Walton at the line, he'll shoot 2. Admirals now definitely with the height advantage in this ball game.
Oh, absolutely. And the Admirals come back with a little full court pressure. They're going to get Joyner there. I saw that. He did, kind of push off and throw a shoulder into the defender. Guys, you can't have these, in a game like this, these little errors, these self-inflicted wounds. Both teams. You know, Suggs just got away with one right there.
Yeah, he sure did. That was the third personal foul on Brian Joyner. Milanovic to the basket.
Oh. That is the first time all year long I've seen Peter take it to the rack.
Peter Milanovic with 7 points in the ball game now, pulling the Admirals to within 2, 52-50. And a foul's going to be called on Peter.
Wow, this is incredible, isn't it?
Peter taketh and he giveth.
Yeah, you can't miss a minute of this game.
That's the third personal foul on Peter Milanovic. John Brown at the line. He made 2 for 2 the last time he was at the line. In fact, John Brown has got a total of 6 points just from the foul line. Good foul shooter.
Whoa.
54-50. Southview leading by 4 with 4 minutes and 19 seconds remaining in the ball game. John Brown to the bench.
And Ryan Jackson in. And a steal. Full court pressure again. I think the Saints might try to use some clock here.
Southview calling a timeout with 3:59 remaining in the ball game. A full timeout. They lead by 4, 54-50. We'll be back right after this.
Nearly 750,000 remarkable individuals serving their country, and they all believe they have the best job in the world. Join us, America's Air Force. No one comes close.
You know, I think that the Saints are going to be willing to eat up some clock here. The Admirals are going to have to start pressuring the basketball a little bit more. I think they're going to be very patient. They're running their little motion offense against.
Well, that's definitely the MO as I see it.
Yeah. Well.
And a takeaway by the Admirals. Rob Walton coming up with it.
Big turnover. Coach Curry put Montel Curry. He guys got another shooter in the game. 3-point shooter.
Fakes the three-pointer, moves inside the arc, puts up a two-pointer and missing. Montel Curry.
One of the reasons why in this game the shooting percentage is low and the shots don't look very good is these kids are whipped. And it's starting to show in their shots.
Marquel Miller, no good on the shot. Peter Milanovic coming down with the rebound. Looking for someone to pass to. Danny Hoskins. And a takeaway by Marquel Miller. Ball stripped momentarily by Tramel Suggs. Almost saved by Danny Hoskins, but Marquel got it. dished it off.
Oh,
Ryan Jackson on the shot, missed, and a foul.
they're going to get Joyner. Rob had the rebound, and Joyner just reached in and kind of raked at the ball.
That is the 4th personal foul on Brian Joyner.
And the Saints cannot afford to lose Joyner. With Leonard Smith already out, they will have no size. Well, Ron, just would you try to hold it maybe a little bit if you were Southview at this point?
I would try to get as much time off the clock as possible.
I would too. I really would too, because 4 points are huge right now in this game.
54-50. Southview by the 4, as you mentioned, Bob, with 2:25 remaining. Rob Walton at the line makes the first foul shot. John Brown back in the lineup for the Saints.
Now, what the Saints do have here on the floor, they do have 5 ball handlers on the floor right now.
And Rob makes the second. 54-52, 30-second timeout called by the Admirals with 2:25 remaining. Just reviewing real quick, like in the freshman game earlier this afternoon, the Admiral King freshman team defeating Southview 54-36. The second time in the season that the young Admirals defeated the crosstown rivals. And in the JV game, it was Admiral King over Southview 62-53. Again, the second time that the Admiral King JVs were victorious over the Saints JVs. And here in this varsity game, the first time around, Southview winning 55-48. And with 2:25 remaining, they lead by 2, 54-52.
Well, I was wrong earlier. I'm going to believe the scoreboard. I think that the Saints have 2 more timeouts remaining. I think I was wrong earlier. So they should be okay as far as the timeout situation is concerned.
Gabe Rios goes to the lane, passes out to Marquel Miller, tries to bank it off the board, no good. Rebound fought for, Ryan Jackson gets it. John Brown, and Sean is going to be called for traveling.
Wow. Okay, the Saints have got to be a little bit quicker now on defense if they're going to trap that pass. They're cheating up, they're taking away the reversal man. Then your backside defender's got to take away middle. Got to be a little bit quicker. They've slowed down a little bit.
Oh my, Danny Hoskins all by himself down in the King basket area.
Oh, great anticipation.
Pass to Hoskins, Sean Nixon took it out of the air. Marquel Miller.
Oh my,
he's got 2.
Huge play defensively. Huge play.
Minute and 30 remaining. Milanovic in the lane, up with the ball, drops for 2.
Peter's showing a side of his game we've never seen before.
56-54, Southview with the lead. And a takeaway by the Admirals. Here comes Rayshawn Campbell. Ball is stripped, but a foul. And the foul is going to be on John Brown. That's his 4th.
Well, again, Nixon perhaps a little bit too much mustard over there. Just make the easy pass, guys. Just pass and catch. Rayshawn Campbell coming away with the steal.
Rayshawn with an opportunity to tie up the ball game. He's got 2 foul shots coming. He's 4 for 4 thus far at the foul line.
Oh, wow, what a game we have. What a game.
With 1 minute 8 seconds remaining in this ball game, Rayshawn Campbell with the opportunity to tie it up at 56 all. And he does, all net.
The Admirals picking up full court.
Marquel Miller doing a good job of taking the ball, but it's knocked away. Rob Walton's got it on a good pass from Peter Milanovic.
And a timeout.
Admiral King calls a timeout. A full 60-second timeout with 54 seconds remaining.
Right.
Are we looking at possible overtime?
Yeah, we are, Ron. And you know, I don't know. With 54 seconds left, that's an awful long time to try to hold a basketball. And that's my second period, class. Yeah, there they are.
Did you say that we'd get extra credit?
Yeah, I said we'd get them on TV, and there they are. But 54 seconds is an awful long time to hold the basketball. I'm just curious as to what the Admirals' plan is going to be here. From the Admiral side, I think you still try to get it inside to Rob, and you smack the glass and score when you can. Obviously, on the Saints side, I think you've got to crank up the defensive intensity, and you got to try to run through a passing lane and get a steal and a bucket here.
During the timeout, the Admiral King trainer, David Dury, was working on John Brown's leg. Like he had come up with a bit of a Charlie horse. David was doing some stretching on it. And this place has come alive for the first time, and I can't remember when.
It's like the 80s all over again.
Oh! Pass for Danny Hoskins, out of his reach. Marquel Miller with it.
Brian Curry's taking a timeout, Ron.
48 seconds remaining in this ball game.
Wow.
The Admirals with the opportunity.
See, self-inflicted wounds. That was basically, that wasn't a defense pass. Guys, just make the easy pass. You don't have to put any mustard on it. Use a bounce pass if you have to. Now, we go back to the same situation. I think 48 seconds is too long to hold a basketball. I think you got to get the first good look that you can get. Now, if the clock runs down to 20 or so and you still haven't shot the basketball, then I think you hold it. But I think if you could take the ball to the basket here or somehow get it inside if you're the Saints, go for it. I wouldn't be shooting anything questionable from the perimeter. And if they could get it down to 20 or so, then I think you hold it. But if they could get a good 2 here in the next 25 seconds or so, I think they should take that opportunity. Admiral's going to come and pick up full court.
Sean Nixon, the ball handler for the Southview Saints, gets it into the forecourt. Off to John Brown. To Marquel Miller, back to Brown.
35 seconds.
Marquel Miller, turnaround jumper.
Oh! 27 seconds left. Coach Curry's telling his troops to get back, pick up at half court.
Southview with a 2-point lead. A pass intended for Peter Milanovic, well over his head. Southview's ball with 13 seconds remaining.
And the double team forced the turnover.
Ramel Suggs immediately pulling in on Sean Nixon, taking the personal foul.
Well, we've still got 12.3 left. Nixon going to the line with 2, up by 2. Coach Curry's got 1 timeout remaining. Coach Curl has 2. And Coach Curry's taking 2 of his people off the line, getting them back.
Big moment now for Sean Nixon.
Oh, absolutely. Well, he's got 2 whacks at it, Ron.
In and out on that first foul shot.
Coach Curl's putting Montel Curry back in the game for Hoskins because he's feeling they're going to need a 3. So he's putting another 3-point shooter in the game.
This place is up on their feet.
Oh, yeah. Now the Saints have to defend the 3-point line. Timeout by Coach Curry. Just took his last timeout with 12.3 remaining, up by 3. Now here's what's got to be going on in the Southview huddle. You've got to defend the 3-point line. You can give King a 2, the 2 is not going to hurt you. So all 5 of your defensive players have got to be right around the line. If there's a lot of movement on the part of Admirals, you switch everything. You switch everything on the perimeter. Let them dump it inside and score. It's not going to hurt you, so you have to defend the 3-point line without fouling. On the other hand, in the King side, your choice is, do you go for a quick 2? I don't think they have enough time. They've got to get the 3. And I think they're going to look to, obviously, either Montel Curry or Peter Milanovic. Possibly penetration from Suggs. And then defensively, Southview can't get sucked in. If Suggs penetrates into the paint, you can't go and help. You've got to stay on your man out on the perimeter because you've got to stop that 3. This will be interesting.
The Admirals have only scored 2 triples in the ball game, one by Rashawn Campbell back in the third quarter, and Montel Curry had one in the second quarter.
Well, they've got to go to the length of the floor. Southview will pick up a little, not full-blown pressure, but they'll just try to keep it in front of them, keep the ball in front of them, so they have to use up more time. So they're backing their press off a little bit.
All right, and it's Montel Curry with it. Montel Curry with the 3-point shot, all air. Ryan Jackson comes down with the rebound. He is fouled by Rob Walton.
Okay, 5.4 left. Rob, that was a good foul. Rob had to foul him.
Second personal foul on Walton. Ryan Jackson goes to the line. He'll shoot 2.
Well, it's not over. If Ryan misses both, obviously, Coach Curl's got 2 timeouts left. He will take a timeout immediately to set something up. So this is not over.
He's calling a timeout right now. Looking at the scoring in this ball game, going back to the first quarter, the Admirals got off to a real slow start, only scoring 4 points in that first quarter, while the Southview Saints took the early lead and continued with that lead until the game was tied a moment ago. Southview, however, leading at this point 59-56. Southview put in 12 points in the first quarter, so it was 12-4 at the end of the first 8-minute period. In the second quarter, the Admirals outscored Southview by just 1 point, 17 for the Admirals, 16 for the Saints. Halftime score was 28-21 Southview. In the third quarter, the Admirals again outscored Southview. The Admirals putting in 21 points, the Saints 17. Third quarter score was Southview 45-42. That 3-point advantage continues at this moment. Ryan Jackson can increase it, missing on the first.
Wow, the plot thickens. If he misses here, it's not over. If he makes it, it should be over. This is it.
A lot of pressure on these young men.
Oh,
a lot of
absolutely.
pressure. And he makes it.
That should do it.
Rashawn Campbell, 3-point shot. He's got it, but the ball game is over.
What a great game. Great effort, Ron. That was just terrific. Terrific.
All right, final score, Southview 60, Admiral King 56. Bob and I will be back to wrap it up. We'll have the final scoring statistics for you right after this.
There's this guy, always in my face, shouting at me. But I love him. My coach.
Be a coach. Inspire greatness. Special Olympics.
Okay, 0.3 of a second left. Southview will put it into play, and that should do her. And that's the end of the ball game. Rashawn Campbell, Gabrios. Once again, the final score we thought was the final score a moment ago, but this is it officially.
Great game, Ron. I really enjoyed it. That's one of the best games we've ever done for on Channel 20. Just a terrific effort on the part of the kids.
All right, and it wrapped up with Gabrios and Rashawn Campbell shaking hands the way it should be.
Right.
60-59, the Saints on top, defeating the Admirals for the second time this season. We'll be back to wrap it up right after this.
Well, I won't back down. No, I won't back down. You can stand me up at the gates of hell, but I won't back down. And I won't back down.
Well, before the camera started to roll, Bob said it all. What a game to end it all on. And you're so right, Bob.
Right. It was just terrific, Ron. I mean, this was one of the best games we've ever done, and to end the season this way, the only problem, both teams put so much into it. I hated to see, I hated to see a loser here, but this is competition, and it was very, very intense. And all the players, when they watch this at home, I know what I'm looking at. Guys, be proud of yourself. Regardless of what side of the score you were on, be proud of yourself. Your effort was excellent.
And the fact, too, as we indicated, the freshmen from Admiral King won both times. The JVs won both times, the boys and the girls. The varsity girls, they came back and they were able to win. They split. But Southview, in the boys' varsity contest, they've got the bragging rights for the city of Lorain in this crosstown rivalry, and they put on a great show, and Coach Brian Curry really got his troops together. As you indicated, they did things defensively that I really feel stymied the Admirals.
Well, it was all that trapping and pressure defense. That was the key to tonight's game, Ron.
We talked about the scoring going into the fourth and final quarter. The Admirals did not, however, outscore Southview in the fourth and final quarter. The Admirals putting in 14 points to Southview's 15 for the final 60-56. Looking at the final scoring statistics for the losing Admiral King Admirals, who wind up the season with a 8-12 record. They will, of course, go on to tournament play, and Bob will talk about that in a moment. Rayshawn Campbell scored in double figures with 14. Brett McGee had 2. Also in double figures for the Admirals, Danny Hoskins with 13. Peter Milanovich had 9. Tremel Sugg scored 3. Jerry Al Nixon with 2. Montel Curry had 5. Brandon Phillips had 1. And Rob Walton was really held below his average of 18.8. He only scored 10 points in the game tonight. For the victorious Southview Saints, it was Gerald Jackson with 2. Sean Nixon scored 8 points. Gabe Rios had 7. Ryan Jackson had 3. Brian Joyner with 2 points. Leonard Smith had 7. Scoring in double figures for the Saints, John Brown had 15. And the high point man for the Saints and for the ball game, Marquell Miller, a junior, looking forward to his appearance in football season as a receiver and back in basketball with 16 points. And again, as we said with the Admirals, they go on to tournament play, so to Southview. How is that going to shape up?
Well, I think this was a good game, and Coach Joe pointed that out. This was a good game for both teams to go into the tournament. King has a very good Lakewood team. They have them Tuesday, February 25th at 6. They've played them twice before, but if King plays like they did tonight, they can give Lakewood a game. And then I really do think Southview has an excellent opportunity. They play the 4th seed, which is Brunswick, Wednesday the 26th at 7:45. I think Southview wins that game and goes on to win at least one more in that tournament. I really do, Ron. And if I can conclude, I would like to thank everybody. Joe, I want to thank you. Ron, I want to thank you. I want to thank Ray Ebersol, the athletic department, for allowing me to be part of this. Thanks so much. It was a great year.
And it was a pleasure to have you because you lend so much expertise to the game. Believe you me, I can understand the action that's taking place, but you know the information between the lines, so to speak. And I, too, want to conclude. This is going to be our final telecast on TV20 for the basketball season between Bob and myself. But stay tuned to TV20. You just might see something as the traveling TV20 crew, producer Joe Bach and Director Joe Bach and cameraman Joe Bach might be going to some tournament games, and WEOL will be calling the action. So stay tuned to TV20. You just may see that happening. And I do want to take this opportunity to thank my partner, Bob Braskich, for lending his expertise through this entire season. To Jay Ferguson, the principal of Southview High School. He's got to be a happy camper at this point in time for filling in for me on a few of the games. And, of course, to our producer-director, Joe Bach, who just does the work beyond the call of duty. And every parent and every youngster in the city of Lorain attending Lorain City Schools should say thanks, Joe, for the effort you're putting into what they have an opportunity to see and view. So, until football season in the fall, when I'll team up, hopefully, Lord willing, with Barry Buck, we wish you a fond adieu. Again, the final score, 60-59, Southview's game. Good night, everyone.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools, TV20 WLCS.
To purchase a high-quality copy of the program you just viewed, please call Lorain City Schools Television at 282-8400.